अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
पाणिर्मधुरः पादौ मधुरौ नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जोदायकु फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीनी बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतई सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर है सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माही जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे, तीनों लोक हाँकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है, प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्त न धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय मडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरना, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय।
Jai Shri Krishna. In Zoom meeting, if you want to turn off the notification of Zoom chats, then click on the chats and then click on these three dots. Turn off notifications, click on that. Click on the mute option, and now chats notification will not disturb you. Jai Shri Krishna.
सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेवं व्रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्।
Jai Shri Krishna to everyone, and with the spirit of seeking and devotion, we welcome all sadhaks gathered here for the first Vivechan session on chapter 8, which is Akshara Brahma Yoga, the yoga of the imperishable Brahman. With humble devotion, we bow at the lotus feet of Purushottam Bhagavan Yogeshwar Shri Krishna and in the sacred presence of Swami Govindev Giriji Maharaj, praying that their grace may always guide us and uplift our lives. In this chapter, Arjuna raises some of the most fundamental spiritual questions about Brahman, karma, and the deeper meaning of life and death. In response, Bhagavan reveals a profound truth that what we remember at the final moment of our life is shaped by how we have lived every moment of our life on this earth. He teaches us that the journey at the time of death is not separate from our life through the years that we live on the earth. It is a continuation of our inner state, our thoughts, and our connection with His divine presence. Through this Bhagavan gently reminds us that spiritual practice is not reserved for the end of our life, but is to be lived moment by moment with awareness, steadiness, and remembrance. With this bhava, let us enter the sacred teaching where every moment becomes an opportunity to align with the imperishable and move closer to our beloved Bhagavan. But before we begin, a few quick guidelines to help you have a smooth and immersive experience. For low audio, check your volume on the phone and laptop, or preferably use a headphone. For chat distraction, just like we saw in the video, tap the bell icon on the top right hand corner to mute notifications. For blurry screen or audio breaks, ensure you have a stable connection, preferably a Wi-Fi. And for Zoom issues, you may continue to participate via the YouTube link which has been shared in your groups. We hope these small steps will help you stay fully absorbed and focused with the wisdom that will be shared in today's session. And as we prepare to begin our Vivechan session today, let us gently turn our mind inwards and anchor ourselves in a moment of prayer. The Bhagavad Gita reminds us, Manmana bhava mad bhakto, that is to let our minds rest on Bhagavan and our hearts to be filled with devotion. It is with this quiet turning inward that our journey towards Bhagavan truly begins. Let us all invoke his presence and grace so that what we hear today is just not understood but truly received within ourselves. With that sacred bhava, we now invite Kokila ji from Chennai to lead us in prayers for this right inner state for the session ahead. Kokila ji is a successful homemaker, has been committed member of Geeta Pariwar since June 2023 and offers a devoted seva as a co-trainer and a technical assistant. Kokila ji, humbly request you to please lead us in our prayers today. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna ji, thank you so much for inviting me. Vasudevasutam devam Kausachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishna Vande Jagadgurum Shri Krishna Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna ji.
Jai Shri Krishna Didi, and you feel like a kokila. This whole spiritual, this environment with the spiritual music. Thank you so much,
Thank
Didi.
you. Thank you so much.
And the Bhagavad Gita also reminds us that the true knowledge dispels the darkness of ignorance within us, just like light removes darkness. This flame we light outside is a gentle reminder of the light we seek to awaken within, a light of clarity, awareness, and discernment. The reason why we are all sadhaks in Geeta Parivar. Let us now invoke that inner illumination so that what we receive today becomes not just knowledge, but a step towards deep transformation. I now respectfully invite Rachna Sharma ji from Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh for the Deep Prajwalan. She has been a dedicated member of Geeta Parivar since April 2024 and contributes actively across multiple areas of seva such as co-trainer, group coordinator, technical assistant, and also in the calling and adding team, monitoring team, and in the mentoring department. Rachna ji, we humbly request you to kindly light the lamp, invoking the light of Gita Jnana.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रवस्त्रां स्त्रैरलङ्कृताम् कलहासकृतावासाम् वरदां शारदां नुमः वरदां शारदां.
Thank you so much, Rachna ji, for taking us into your beautiful mandir and making us part of the beautiful Deep Prajwalan. As this inner light is kindled, may it inspire us not to only learn but to deepen our commitment to Gita Jnana. Taking the spirit forward, we are happy to share that the 47th Level 1 batch begins on 8th of May. If Gita Pariwar has brought clarity, positivity, and transformation in your life, do extend this opportunity to your friends and family across the globe. Registration is very simple and now open at joingeeta.com. We also invite all of you to share our website, a link which is www.learngeeta.com and vivechan.learngeeta.com, and encourage others to join the live weekend Vivechan sessions on Zoom, YouTube, or even Facebook. This could be their first step towards coming to the timeless wisdom of Bhagavad-Gītā. And to guide us through today's Vivechan, where Bhagavan unfolds the deeper truth of remembrance, departure, and the imperishable reality, we have truly blessed to have with us Shraddha Raodeo Didi ji, a devoted disciple of Param Pujya Govind Dev Giriji Maharaj. She is deeply committed to the mission of Gita Pariwar and has been blessed by Pujya Swamiji with the responsibility of serving as the president of Gita Pariwar, Bhagyanagar, Hyderabad. She has been associated with the online Gita classes since its second batch in August 2020, and her seva reflects a deep and transformation that she has brought about. She has the unique privilege of training the first ever jail class of Learngeeta, where inmates memorized 12 chapters of Bhagavad-Gītā and successfully cleared the Pathik exam, beautifully demonstrating the transformative power of Gita Jnana. She also laid the foundation of the monitoring team at Learngeeta and led it for over 2.5 years. Currently, she leads the literature publication proofreading team across multiple languages and serves as a Vivechak for the online Gita Santa classes while continuing to offer seva across training, examination, and several other departments. Beyond this, for over a decade, she has been teaching the Śrīmad Bhagavad-Gītā to children and contributing to Bal Sanskar, nurturing scriptural wisdom and national feelings and values towards the next generation of our country. Academically, she holds a BE in Electronics and postgraduate diploma in IT Systems and Management. She has served for over 13 years as a mobile application developer and team lead in the corporate sector. With this depth of sadhana, knowledge, and seva, we are truly fortunate to receive today's Vivechan through her, guiding us further into understanding how remembrance of Bhagwan shapes our final journey and how every moment prepares us for this beautiful transition into the ultimate. With this deep respect, now I humbly request Shraddha Didi to begin the Vivechan. Over to you, Didi. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Didi. Always very happy to see you. And good. And Sadhaks, it was a very beautiful start of the session. A very, very warm welcome to the session, all of you. It's a privilege to be among such devoted sadhaks of level 4 and discuss this extremely beautiful, extremely difficult, but very, very enlightening chapter, that is the Akshara Brahma Yoga. Let us all, before I begin, let us all pray to Parampuja Gurudev and Shri Krishna himself, without whose blessings this chapter would be completely incomprehensible for us. By their grace, by the grace of Parampuja Gurudev and by the grace of Shri Krishna, today we are here discussing this very beautiful chapter. Let us all pray together. Hari Om. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Gurudevo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीमष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेदिनी। ॐ श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ श्रीकृष्णाय नमः। श्रीगुरवे नमः. A very warm welcome to this session, all of you. We are in the middle of this Kurukshetra. Shri Krishna and Arjun are standing in Kurukshetra and discussing a very big issue, which is where confused Arjun is asking, guide us. And as they stand in their own Kurukshetra to experience and understand what should be done ahead, we all are standing in our own Kurukshetra. Each one's life, everybody's life, every sadhak's life, every sevi's life, every human being's life in itself is a Kurukshetra where each one of us is striving to find our own answers, to find our own conclusions, to find a path which is going to be the ultimate lightning path and take us to where we have come from, take us towards the highest purpose of this human life. And what is that highest purpose of human life? How do we understand that? How do we get closer to understanding? How do we get closer to achieving that highest purpose of human life? Sorry, kindly excuse me. In the scriptures and elsewhere, whatever little knowledge we as human beings possess, we look at ourselves as separate from other species based on what? On the basis of what do we consider human beings as special? Many people say that human being is a rational animal, a species with a special type of intellect, and that distinguishes us from the other species. That is the normal norm that people have about their own intellect. However, our scriptures take us one step deeper. Not just one step deeper, much deeper into this Jnana Sagar and tells us, it explains us that human being is separate from other species not only because of his buddhi or intellect, but because of his Atma Buddhi. There are other species also which have the intellect. The birds that fly high in the sky, they can come back, return to their homes, and because of the intellect they have, they also have that smriti, that memory. Other species we see dolphins, chimpanzees, elephants, all these big animals also, they also can be trained and made to do what they are doing. So they also have the intellect. So it is definitely not the intellect which separates us from the other species. What separates us from the other species is the Atma Buddhi. What is this Atma Buddhi? The capacity to think where I come from, the capacity to understand who am I, the capacity to think where I have to go and what is the purpose of my birth. That is what separates us from the other species, that Atma Buddhi separates us from the other species. And going on this line, Sri Krishna has enlightened us with this entire conversation that we see. Adhyaya 1, Prathamodhyaya, Dvitiyodhyaya, Tritiyodhyaya. Gita was not said in this form. Sri Krishna didn't say, okay, now wait, I'll start the second Adhyaya Sankhya Yoga for you. Now wait, let me tell you the Karma Yoga. Gita was not chanted the way we are chanting today. It was a continuous conversation. It was a continuous, uninterrupted conversation between Arjuna and Shri Krishna. And this uninterrupted conversation has been put into various chapters by Bhagavan Veda Vyasi for what? For our benefit, so that we understand it properly. And the point where we are in this conversation is the point where Shri Krishna has enlightened Arjuna about the deep mysteries of human life, deep mysteries about himself. What has happened in the seventh chapter? Seventh chapter is Jnana Vijnana Yoga. The seventh chapter starts on a very beautiful note where Shri Krishna tells what? That I will enlighten you about everything that you should know. Jnanam teham savijnanam. I will tell you jnana and I will also tell you what is vijnana. And how I will tell you? I will tell you this thing in totality, samagram. What Shri Krishna says, this jnanam teham savijnanam idam vakshamya sheshatah, asheshatah. Completely I will tell you, and yajñātva neha bhuyo nyajñātavyam avashishyate. This is how this seventh chapter starts. On the second shloka of seventh chapter, Shri Krishna has promised, I will tell you jnana vijnana. After knowing which, yajñātva neha bhuyo nyaj. After knowing all this, there is nothing left to know in this world. Nothing more is left to know. And then he has given an explanation about all his deep secrets, his some a very brief insight into his vibhutis. And after telling all that, towards the end, he says that all this knowledge can come to whom? It can come to people who have doing some kind who are doing some kind of punya karma. Those who are doing these good deeds, who have earned some good deeds for themselves, they will be free from all the dualities of life. And what will they do? They will start worshipping me. Bhajante man piravrataha, he says. They will start worshipping me. They will try to follow me. And as they continue to follow me, Shri Krishna says a very important thing in the seventh chapter. The third last shloka of the seventh chapter, he has said very important thing. The the assurance that he has given at the beginning of the seventh chapter, Yajñātva neha bhuyo nyajñātnyātavyam avashishyate, that there is nothing more left to know. Now, nothing more left to know means more left to do in this life, because the highest purpose of our human is what? To attain the knowledge of Parampita Paramatma. The highest purpose is that. And if that is the highest purpose of the life, then Shri Krishna says, after knowing all this, towards the end, he says, people who are following me, who try to know me, they fall in love with me, and then they are constantly following me. Bhajante man vrata. And then Shri Krishna declares, such people, they take refuge in me, and then they are free from this cycle. Jara marana mokshaya mamashritya yatanti te brahma tadvidukritsnam adhyatmam karma chakhilam. Here two important things Shri Krishna has said. Jara marana mokshaya, they will get liberated from what? This life and birth cycle. How? Because of their own efforts. One is their own efforts. Yatanti refers to the efforts that a sadhak does. And Mahamashrit, taking refuge in me. Taking refuge in me and taking and making their own efforts also, these people will do what? They will attain me. And what is the meaning of attain me? That is, they will understand me in totality. They will understand me. And when Shri Krishna says they will understand me, how? What will they understand? They will understand these few terms. Te Brahma Tadviduhu. What will they understand? They will understand what is Brahma. Te Brahma Tadvidu Krishna Adhyatma. They will understand what is Adhyatma. They will understand what is Karma. Karma Chakhilam. They will understand Karma. How they will understand Karma? Chakhilam, in totality. And he doesn't stop there. Then he says, Sadhibhutadi Daivam Vam. Sadhibhut, Adhibhuta, Adhidaiva. That also they will understand. Sadhi Yajnai Chaye Viduhuti. They will understand Adhi Yajna also. And in the end, she says, Prayana kale pichamante vedur yukta chetasa prayana kale. Oh, towards the end also, they will be remembering me. Now, after listening to all this, Arjuna is baffled. Now, Arjuna is Kshatriya. He has studied a part of Vedanta. He has studied certain things, but these terminologies become googlies for him. What is this Brahma? What is this Adhyatma? What is this karma he is talking about? Hey, what is this Adibhuta, Adidaiva, Adiyagni? What is all this? And that becomes the foundation of the entire 8th chapter. The last two shlokas of the 7th chapter. The last two shlokas, 29th and 30th shlok of the 7th chapter become the foundation, become the seeds for what? This 8th chapter, that is the Akshara Brahma Yoga. And here this 8th chapter begins with a question from Arjun where he asks, Arjuna Ovacha Kim Tat Brahma Kim Adhyatmam Kim Karma Purushottama Adhibhutam च किं प्रोक्तमधिदैवं किमुच्यते अधियज्ञः कथं कोत्र देहेऽस्मिन् मधुसूदन प्रयाणकाले च कथञ्ज्ञेयोऽसि नियतात्मभिः. What is this Brahma? What is this Adhyatma? Tell me. What is this Adhibhuta called? And what is this Adhidaiva that you are talking about? Adhiyagnya Kathankotra. Who is this Adhiyagnya? And this Adhiyagnya Dehesmin Madhusudana, in this body. Where is this Adhiyagnya? And Prayana Kale. You mentioned that Prayana Kale, but Shri Krishna said Prayana Kale Pichamanti Vidur Yukta Chetasa. What is this Prayana Kale Chakathai? How do I remember you? May you see Niyatatmavi, the self-controlled people, how do they remember you towards their end? All these questions, these Shri Krishna is being asked by Arjun. Now, by understanding these terms, here there are a total 7 questions that are asked. And these 7 questions can help you understand what is God. What are these? What are the basic? These are the basic terms used in Vedanta Shastra. These are the basic. This is the basic terminology of Vedanta Shastra. It becomes difficult to understand this term. Now, suppose somebody wants to learn computers. If somebody who is trying to learn computers, what are they taught at the beginning? What is hardware? What is software? What do you mean by passwords? What is the meaning of this domain, email? All these things people will try to understand. What are these terminologies? If somebody is striving to become a doctor, they will be told first, they will be explained what is pathology, what is this digestive system. There are some, every field has its basic terminology. Until and unless you understand this basic terminology, it is difficult to understand the bigger picture. Like that, the entire Vedanta Shastra is based on some basic terms, and these are those basic terms. So this is a set of basic 7 questions, which Arjun becomes curious that when Shri Krishna is saying that with the help of these terms, the knowledgeable ones, the devoted ones, they understand me and they attain me towards the end. What is the meaning of these terms? It is as basic as that. Now, the first 6 questions, Arjun has asked the terms, basic, these 6 terms. What are the 6 terms again? Kim Tad Brahma, Kim Adhyatmam, Kim Karma, Adhibhutai cha Kim, Adhidaivam Kimuchyate, Adhiyagya Katham Kotra. These are the basic 6 terms that Arjun is asking. And the 7th thing that he asks is the moment one leaves the world, he's asking Krishna, please explain me the science of death. Now everybody has to leave the world at some point of time. However, when this body is being released, the further journey, it is more important from what the larger benefit has to be achieved. So these are the 7th question is about this journey. So Shri Krishna explains the 6 terms in brief. He has asked question in 2 shlokas. Shri Krishna explains the 6 terms in 2 shlokas, gives their basic definitions, but for the 7th question, which is very, very relevant to us also. He answers the whole question in larger detail. So what Shri Krishna explains, Shri Bhagavan Vacha Aksharam Brahma Paramam Svabhavodyatmamuchyate Bhutavavodbhavakaro Visarga Karma Sanjitah. What Shri Krishna is telling, Aksharam Brahma Paramam. Now this word Akshara, this word Brahma, now in this word Brahma, Shri Krishna has used this word Brahma at multiple places. Basically, anything that is Brahma, this Brahma word is used in different contexts. In this Bhagavad-gītā also we will see Brahma at some places. Shri Krishna has said this Brahma is what? The Vedas. The Vedas itself. At one place, Shri Krishna has said Mama Yonir Mahat Brahma Tasmin Garvandhanai. This Maya, the Yoga Maya also Shri Krishna says it is Mahat Brahma. But here, this Brahma, Shri Krishna has used two important adjectives. One is it is Akshara and second it is Parama. Both places, this Brahma Tattva, this Brahma Tattva is used in different contexts, but this Vedas also are referred to as Brahma Tattva, but they cannot be called as Param Brahma. The Maya, Yoga Maya, is also referred to as Brahma Tattva, but she is called Mahat Brahma, but she is not referred to as Param Brahma. What Shri Krishna says here, this Brahma Tattva that we are talking about, it is Paramam, Aksharam Brahma Paramam. It is the most supreme. It is the one which never ceases to exist. It is Akshara. Akshara means what? It cannot be changed. It does not deteriorate and it remains forever. Its existence never ceases to go. That is this Brahma Tattva. This Brahma Tattva is the only most important, what it is the most important penultimate element which cannot be decreased, destroyed at any point. And this is the element which, in which this space and time cannot bring any distortion. Anything we see our bodies with time, it gets distorted. The space around us, the world around us, it is continuously changing. But all these changes do not apply. To whom? To this Brahma Tattva, to this Akshara Tattva. How is this Brahma Tattva? Irrespective of what happens around it, irrespective of what is going on around it, this Tattva remains same. The closest example that can come to the Brahma Tattva is what? It is the sky. Some people are saying that I'm not audible. Is it that I am not audible? I will try
No,
to be
Didi, you
louder.
are no, Didi, you are audible.
Okay, okay. Maybe my voice is little low, but I'll try to be a little.
Yes, it is slightly lower than usual, but you're audible, Didi, clearly.
It's because of the throat. Sorry about that. Okay, so this Brahma Tattva can be closely equated to whom? To the sky. How is the sky? In the sky, if during the Diwali or during New Year, people will burst crackers and the sky becomes cloudy when there are storms. The appearance changes, but that change is it is only in our eyes that the change is there. Actually, the sky remains unperturbed, undisturbed. It remains the same. Nothing changes about the sky. This Brahma Tattva is like that. Everything in this universe is deriving the energy. Everything is deriving the energy from this Brahma Tattva. However, even after everybody derives the energy from this, there is no change in that Brahma Tattva. There is no change in that energy. This is the Brahma Tattva. Aksharam Brahma Paramam. It is Akshara, and when we say it is Akshara, there are two more things that come in this context. It is Sarvatra and it is Sarvada. Sarvatra in context of space, it means it is everywhere. And in context of what? In context of the time, it is sarvada. It is always forever there, akshara. It is unaltered by the space and time. So, the Sri Krishna says this is Brahma Paramam. There is nothing superior to this. And then the next question is Kim Adhyatmam. Now, if this Adhyatma, what is the answer? Sri Krishna says, Swabhavodyatmamuchyate. Swabhavaha Adhyatma Uchyate. Swabhavaha. What is this Swabhava? Swabhava is Swasya Bhavaha iti Swabhavaha. Swasya Bhavaha means what? This the Swabhava. My own bhav. My own bhav comes to what? It is the my own nature, myness, I-ness is what Swabhava. Hmm, That is me. The element which gives us the element which gives us this feeling of I-ness, that is Adhyatma. Suppose you are at the the Ganga river, and at the near the Ganga river, I hold, if I take that Ganga river in just a part of its water, if I fill in the pot in my mud vessel, if I put, and I say this is my water, then I can say this is my Ganga Jal. I can say that if I put it in, if I take my own water bottle and I carry, then I can say, oh, this is my Ganga Jal, nobody can take. But if I look at the Ganga river and if I say that Ganga river which is flowing, that is my Ganga Jal, can I say that for the river? I cannot say that for the entire river. But I can say that for the bottle which is in my hand, which is filled with that Ganga Jal, I can say, this is my Ganga Jal. But for the entire river, I cannot say. Similarly, this body that we are in, I will just try to fix my audio 1 minute. Let me know if this is any better. Is the volume any better?
Yes, Didi, it is better.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll do it this way. So this what if I put this Ganga water in this bottle, then I can claim that this is my Ganga Jal. However, if I cannot say that for the entire river, similarly our body, this body is the pot or the water bottle which is holding a part of this Brahma Tattva within itself. This Atma Tattva we are holding within it, and that Atma Tattva, because it is held in this body, it becomes what? Adhyatma. It gives me the sense of I-ness, and that becomes my. It becomes I, and this Adhyatma, this is the Swabhava. So, Swabhava, that is my bhava, myness, I-ness, that comes because now this Brahma Tattva, this Atma Tattva, which is captivated in this body, that becomes what? That becomes mine. It becomes my, it gets associated with this body, and because now it is associated with my body, it gives me as identification. That is why this becomes Adhyatma. It is Adhyatma. This is Adhyatma, and that is why the definition that Shri Krishna says, Swabhavodhyatma Uchyate. Swabhavaha Adhyatma Uchyate. That subtle presence of divine, all pervasive power within us is known as what? Adhyatma. So, this is the closest address of Paramatma that Shri Krishna is giving, a station of that vast, extensive Brahma which is within us, is the Swabhavaha. This Shri Krishna has told at another place also, Mama Iva Unsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatanaha. That one station within us is that Adhyatma. So if somebody asks, what is it that we need to know? We all say that we should be doing the studies of Adhyatma. So if Atma, you have to know the Paramatma. What is the nearest place within us? It is this within us, the soul, which is very much near us. Suppose I want to see a sea beach. If I'm staying somewhere close to Mumbai in Maharashtra and I want to see beach, where will I go? What would be the easiest thing for me to do? Go to Karza to go to Mumbai beach. That will be easier, or go all the way to Kanyakumari or West Bengal and go to the other side of the country. No, the easiest is I go to the place which is nearest to me. So if I want to know where is my Paramatma, who is my Paramatma, how is my Paramatma, Atma now Vidhi. Know yourself, and by knowing yourself, what will happen? We will be able to know him. We will be able to understand him. And Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. Shri Krishna has given that Adhyatma Vidya as his own vibhuti. Hence, this entire practice of Dhyana Yoga, by the means of bhakti, trying to understand him, by the means of dhyana, trying to understand him, by the means of jnana, trying to understand him. Dhyana yoga, jnana yoga, jnana vijnana yoga, bhakti yoga, all of it is taking us where? To knowing that, that Atma Tattva, that Brahma Tattva. And then Shri Krishna explains. So, in the first answer, he has told the very simple thing, and then he tells what is the karma. Bhuta bhavo karo visarga karma sangjitaha. Bhuta bhavo karo. So all this entire prakriya, this entire process by which this from the Brahma Tattva, the entire Nisarga, this entire Srishti, the entire universe is being created, and it is getting dissolved again in that same energy. The the same thing. It is, the same energy is being derived from the Brahma Tattva. The same thing, the prakriya, the entire process of the universe being created from this Brahma Tattva and then dissolving. That process is known as what? Karma. Whose karma it is? It is the karma of Paramatma. So it is his karma. It is karma. Now here the word is bhuta. Bhuta doesn't refer to the ghost only. Okay, the one which got made. Bhuta. This word comes from bhuta, means the one which has been made. So these bhuta bhavod karo, all this process of getting, it is what? This entire process is known as karma. And whose karma? It is Bhagavad karma. It is not our karma. It is Bhagavad karma. So the element of Brahma, which is all pervasive, it is the creator of this entire universe. And how is this creation that has happened? This creation has happened in two ways. The creation can happen like a potter. He makes the pot and sets it aside. And the another type of creation is that of the curd. How is the curd created? The milk is put in, the curd is put in the milk, and then the creator, that is the small fraction of curd, which is creating the new curd, it becomes a part of that entire creation. Now, these two are the two different types of creation. How is the universe created by the God? The universe is created by the mix of both these methods. God has also created this universe. At the same time, He has also, after creating, He has not gone to Shirsagar and slept off. He is there also, but at the same time, He is very much present in this universe also. So this is how this entire process is created. This entire Srishti has been created. This entire process of creating the world is the karma, is the Bhagavad karma, and that is Bhuta Bhavaha Udbhavaha Karaha. This is creation. It is what? And then Visargapi. The dissolution of this universe is also what? It is the karma of Bhagwan. Then Shri Krishna answers, what is this Adibhuta? Adibhuta is Ksharo Bhavaha. Adibhutang Ksharo Bhava Purushashchadhidaivatam. Adhiyajnyohamevatra Dehe Dehabhratam Vara. Adibhutang Ksharo Bhava. What Shri Krishna has said about the Brahma Tattva? The Brahma is Aksharam Brahma Paramam. Akshara Tattva, Aksharam Brahma Paravam. The Akshara Tattva is the Brahma Tattva. Opposite of this Akshara is the Kshara Tattva. How is that? That Kshara is the Adibhuta, from which the Bhuta, that is the creatures, are created. Adibhuta, Ksharo Bhava. Kshara is something that can be declined, it is perishable, it keeps changing, it does not remain constant. That Kshara is what? It is the Adibhuta. Purushashchadidaivatam, the Purusha Tattva. The Purush Tattva, it is Adhidaiva. What is this Purush Tattva? After this creating of this entire universe, the entire universe is created, and then after creation of this universe, an admin is placed upon that universe, whom we call as Brahmaji, or all other gods, who are there to do what? They are there to ensure that everything is working properly. A creation has been created, and with the power of that creation, for everything, that Brahma Tattva is not going to say that, okay, this is working or not. Now I have created this human being, his eyesight is good or not. All this is the job of whom? The Adhidaiva. All our sense organs that are working because of the kripa of the deities who are dwelling within our body. For example, we are talking, we talk, that the Daivat which is responsible for this talking is what? Agni Dev. By the grace of Agni Dev, our Vani, our speech comes out. We are able to see. This is the grace of whom? Surya Bhagwan. We can listen. The Disha is the god of this hearing power. So every organ of our body, of all our sense organs, work because of the powers that are derived from those respected deities. Those respected deities are what? Adhidaiva. Hmm? These are the different deities, these are the gods which have been given, who derive their power from that Brahma Tattva and ensure that there is this balance in this entire universe. This is the Adhidaiva. Sometimes it happens that there are some medical cases also where they see everything is fine about this eye, but there is still no power to see. It is a fault with what? With the Daiva, that is the Adhidaiva. So that needs to be rectified. Then Suryopasana, some kind of worship of sun god will help such a person. That is Adhidaiva. Adhiyagyaha kathang. Arjun has asked, Adhiyagyaha kathang. Shri Krishna says, Adhiyagnyo hamevatra. Adhiyagnya is what? Aham eva atra. Means what? I have given the entire profile. Shri Krishna says, my entire profile. What is this? The me who is present in all these creatures, that is Adhiyagya. What does God want? In the form of love, a living person should just remember me. We have to be able to see this Adhiyagya in everyone, that Adhiyagya is nobody but me. And with that, Shri Krishna has answered all the 6 questions asked by Arjun. Sadi Bhutadi Daiva Mam Sadhiyagne Chaye Viduhu. Prayana Kale Cha Mam Ye Vidur Yukta Chetasah. This Shri Krishna has said in the 7th chapter. Shri Krishna says that these 6 things that you have asked, these are complete over here. Now the supreme learned people, Viduhu, what Shri Krishna has said in the 7th chapter, Prayana Kale Chamante Vidur Yukta Chetasah. Those intelligent ones, the ones who know me, who understand me, Yukta Chetasaha. What does that mean? Yukta Chetasaha, whose Chetana is full of me. Their mind is full of me. And such intelligent people who understand all these 6 terms properly, they do what? They concentrate their minds upon me and my entire glory. And as a result of this, what happens? They can attain me. Now Arjun has asked, how does one focus on you while leaving this body? In response to the 7th question, Shri Krishna starts explaining from the 5th shlok. Antakaale cha māmev smaraन् muktva kalevaram yah prayati samadbhavai yati nastyatra samshayah. Why it is so important? Why Arjun has given so much importance to this last minute? Why should I remember Paramatma at the last minute? The answer is this. These two shlokas, the fifth and the sixth shlok, hold the very big secret to the secret of death. They hold the key to the secret of death. What is that key? Whatever you imagine at the end, towards the end of your life, that is going to be your ultimate destination. Antakale, Antakale, Chamameva, those who are able to remember me. Not just remember me, Mom, Eva, me only. Shri Krishna doesn't give you any relaxation here. That मुझे भी याद कर लिया. Then you remember your children also, and remember your parents also, and remember your spouses also. No, Mom, Eva. No, sir, no, sharing of space that Shri Krishna is doing in your memory. Antakale cha mam eva. If you remember somebody else, you will attain them. So, what you have to remember? You have to remember me only. Smaran muktva kalevaram, when they are leaving this body. If they remember me and me alone, then where will they reach? Yaf prayati samadbhavai yati nastyatra samshaya. They will attain me. And how? There is no iota of doubt that they will reach me only. Yati nastyatra samshaya. Without any doubts, they are going to reach where they will attain me only. So that is the importance of the seventh question. And this is the very most important part for us also. Just imagine. Now, if we take selfies, isn't it? We take selfies, photographs and all we take. Now, suppose for, you've done lot of makeup and just like how now I'm sitting, electricity is gone all of a sudden. And I start sweating. Now I'm all set to take a selfie. All ready, full makeup, everything done. And just while taking that selfie, all of a sudden the sweat started coming, and or somebody with a cold and cough, immediately the cough came or the cold came and you sneezed. And the cameraman has taken the selfie. What will happen? All that preparation I did to look good in that photo, but at that moment I sneezed, and how that photo will come? That is exactly what is going to happen at the end moment. For my entire lifetime, hmm, we have worked hard that we need to get connected with Paramatma, but at the last minute, I just remembered something else, and what happened? That selfie is gone. That picture that has been clicked by Bhagwan, it has gone, and it will result in what? It will result in a different kind of birth. That is exactly what Shri Krishna explains in the next slok. यं वापि स्मरन् भावं त्यजत्यन्ते कलेवरम् तन्तमेवैति कौन्तेय सदा तद्भावभावितः. Whatever is the thought that you have towards the end of the life, when your soul is leaving the life, at that moment, whatever is the bhav that you have, whatever is the thought you get, that thought you are going to attain in the next word. Yanyam. Yanyam vapis smaran bhavam. Whatever you are remembering while tyajatyante kalevaram, while leaving this journey after the death is also a long journey. See, why these shlokas are important, that also try to understand. Suppose I go for a journey now from here to say I want to go to Rishikesh or Alandi, and we have to prepare. We'll see it is summer season or winter season, how is the weather there, how is the temperature there. Based on that, we'll do our packing. We do so much preparation for a journey of how many days? 4 5 days journey. We are doing so much preparation. This journey after the death is a huge journey. It's a very, very long journey. It is an upliftment or downtrodden journey. It is either going to take me towards the heaven, or it is going to take me to some other lok. It is a very important journey. I have to prepare for it for the entire lifetime. That preparation should not be left. So there is a very beautiful thing. You be prepared. We never know which would be our last moment, which is your last moment. Don't let the death catch you by a surprise. We should always be prepared. And these set of shlokas, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th shlokas from this chapter are preparing you for that journey. We hesitate to think about all this. But if life is the reality and truth, death is a bigger reality of our existence. When I say death, it is not just death, it is the process of leaving this body, which is a bigger reality of our very existence, because we are not this body. We are who? We are that subtle element, Adhyatma Tattva. We are that Brahma Tattva. That is our real existence. We are temporarily, present in this body. So we have to be prepared for that longer journey, and that preparation should be an eternal preparation, and that is what this and these shlokas are preparing us for. So the journey after our when we leave this body is a long journey, and we should be prepared. Otherwise, what will happen? You this If this is not done, then we cannot call our life as a planned life. So look at these two shlokas together. What it is telling? Plan. Hmm? Because at the last minute, we should be reminded of our what? Our God Himself, Parampita Paramatma. If whole my life I'm only thinking my children, my money, my job, my this thing, at the last minute, that is what is going to come to me. That is going to be my thought. And that is why Shri Krishna says, what is the solution to this? He explains in the next slok. What is the solution to this problem? Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmarayutya cha mayyarpitamano buddhir mame vaishyasya sanshayam. Whenever something begins with tasmat, it is a declaration that Shri Krishna is making. He is declaring something, he is giving a very important direction. It is an order that we have to follow. Tasmat, what to do? Sarveshu kaleshu, the entire lifetime. Now here Shri Krishna has said Yudhya. This word Yudhya he has used for Arjun, basically, because Arjun is in what? Is in the Yuddha Kshetra. He is in that Dharma Kshetra, Kurukshetra. That is why that word Yudhya it is relevant to whom? To Arjun. But for us, what is the actual thing that Shri Krishna is telling? What is our Yuddha? Live your life and fulfill your responsibilities. Continue doing your duties. But how? Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu yudhya. Do your duties. For us, do your duties, and for Arjun, you go and do the war. But how? Mam anusmara. Remember me. Don't forget me while doing your duties. Do not leave any moment. Sarveshu kaleshu. Sarveshu Khaleshu means what? Throughout every moment. Not a single moment should go without remembering me. Hmm? There is no guarantee when will that last minute come. I don't know which will be my last moment. This next moment could be my last moment. We never know. So, what is the best time to remember him? All the time is the best time. Remember him all the time. And how? Mam Anusmara. One very important thing, that word that Shri Krishna has used here, Anusmara. He has not used the word smara. Smara means remember. What he has used? Anusmara. Anusmara. How do we do in your Gita classes? What do we do? Teacher does the patan and then we do anupatan. Means we say after the teacher. The ma'am will say Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu, then we will repeat Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu. That is Anupatan, isn't it? Repeating. Shri Krishna is saying Anusmara means what? You are not remembering me. You are not the first one to remember me. I am remembering you before me, before you do. Anusmara. I am always remembering you. You are my child. You are always in my thoughts. You are my creation. I am remembering. And what you have to do? You have to do how teacher says Anupatan, you have to do like that. Shri Krishna says you have to Anusmara me. You have to remember me. You have to remember me because I am constantly remembering you. Shri Krishna has told he is our Surud. We are always in his memory. We are always a part of his thoughts. We are always with him. What we have to do? We have to Anusmara him means we have to remember him. We feel that God is giving us pain. We feel that God is giving us all this, He doesn't like us. No, He does zero partiality. He is remembering each one of us, but how much we remember Him, that gives us more rewards from Him. He says, Mam Anusmara and Yudhyacha means continue doing your duties, not just remember me and sit. No, continue doing what you are doing. Is this possible? Of course, it is possible. How the gopis used to live. hmm? How they will do their daily course they are doing, and in the mind they are only thinking about whom? Nanda Ke Lal. They are always thinking about this Makhan Chor. There is a gopi who used to go, selling this curd. She will forget what she is selling. First, she will start, Pehle makhan le lo. It is sweet, take the sweet, the curd is take, it is nice. Then she will forget what she's saying. She'll say, Nandalal Lelo, he's very sweet, he's such, and then it will get transformed. How our, saints used to say, Gora Kumar, Santa Gaurava Kumar, all other saints, Eknath Maharaj, Tukaram Maharaj, all of them, they will forget. But always, if they have done their duties, none of them left their business to do this bhakti. They all continued doing their business, they continued fulfilling their responsibilities, but where was the mind affixed? Near Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Their mind was affixed near their Vitthal Bhagwan. The gopis are always focused where? Near the Shri Krishna Bhagwan. So do your work and remember me. And remember when? Sarveshu Kaleshu. Always remember me. Constantly remember me. For 1 minute, if you forget me, especially, and if that becomes your last minute, what will happen? The story of Jad Bharat you must have heard. That can happen. There was this mighty king. He was a Chakravarti Maharaj. Always, and how this nowadays the kings and all are, they want to be in power, retain power for their entire lifetime. This Bharat Maharaj was not like that. When he saw that his children are capable of taking care of the kingdom, he and gave the entire kingdom to them and started. He did a lot of tapascharya. He became a tapasvi. And towards the end, what happened? There is a small deer, baby deer he had rescued, and the mother deer had expired, and he rescued this baby deer. Now, when he rescued this baby deer, it was a small, cute baby. So this King Bharat, he is called as Jad Bharat later, but this Bharat, he fell in love with that baby deer. Now always he used to wonder. Now he used to every day, so he used to do job, his yagna, everything he used to do. But one day this baby deer, he ran away somewhere. Now this Bharat king started thinking, where is this deer? Where is this deer? He forgot to do his jap. During the jap also he is with that thought only. But he had become old now. And while he was thinking about this deer, what happened? This end moment of this king came. Unfortunately, he passed away, and that at that moment he left his body with the thought of that baby deer. Then what happened? Next birth he had to come as what? As a deer. In that deer species he had come. But so much tapascharya he had done that as a fruit of this tapascharya, he had all the memories. He had the memories of his previous birth. And owing to that, then he continued after that life, and then he attained the final liberation. That is a separate story from Bhagavad. But this is what happens if we do not prepare for that last minute. If we spoil that last minute, this story like Jar Bharat can happen with us. So Sri Krishna says, you have to remember me, Sarveshu Kaleshu. How to do this? You are telling Didi, these gopis are doing like that. Our saints have done that. How? Shri Krishna only answers, Mayyar Pitamano Buddhir. How to do that? Mayyar Pitamano Buddhir Mame Vaishyasya Samshayam. Mayyar Pitamano Buddhir. What Shri Krishna is saying? Offer your offer your mind, and offer your intellect to whom? To me. Now, is it like if you say this, offer this book to me, I can offer this book. It is a different non-living thing, easily offering. We can offer money in the temple, go put this money, come back, offer the money. I can do that easily. Now, is this some object that I can keep in the temple and come? No, I cannot remove my intellect and mind and offer it and come back. Arey, this mind is very difficult to control. How do I offer it to Bhagwan? But Shri Krishna says you have to offer it to me, my Arpita Mano Bhakti. And if you do that, Shri Krishna says, you will definitely attain me. Now, Shri Krishna has given that important thing how to offer. While doing everything, there are two, three important things we have to remember. To offer our mind and to offer our intellect means never forget Bhagwan. How, for that example, I say mother, again, the mother and the child. Now, if you see the small baby is born, how the mother will do the household work. Hmm? She will ensure she will feed the child, give a bath to the child, take care of the child, put him to sleep, and immediately rush to do the household chores. The baby is sleeping, at that time she is doing the household chore, but where is the mind? The mind is near. Are, ye bacha utha to nahi? Has he got up? Has he got up or not? Oh, then she will keep checking on him. She will check, has he got up? No, not got up. Okay, let me finish my work. Again, go and check on him. So, what she is doing, she's doing her work, but her mind is centrally moving around that baby. Like that, those mother birds will fly away from their nest. They will go search for the food for their baby chicks, and they'll feed those babies, again keep coming back and circle around their nest. They will, even if they're far from the nest, their mind is always affixed on their nest. Similarly, no matter what we are doing, our mind should be centrally affixed on this Parampita Paramatma. And sometimes it will be difficult. You will say, I am some software engineer who has to, use the brain also. My mind cannot be affixed somewhere else and I cannot do my programming. At that time, when you begin any work, you start the work with a prayer to Bhagwan. And then after completing the work, again offer the prayer. How our classes are held. We start our classes with Vasudeva Sutan Devam. And then the teacher teaches this entire Varga, and then we end it with Yogesham Satchidanandam. With this, whatever is done between these two prayers automatically gets offered to whom? To Parampita Paramatma. Same thing we do with our Vivechans and all. Same thing we have to do. Before I start my work, I pray, Hey Bhagwan, whatever I'm doing, I'm offering it to you. Then we continue our work. At the end of the work, we say, okay, I'm done. Now you will say, Didi, we do hundreds of work in our whole day. How can we keep offering one task? Okay, there is a shortcut. At the beginning, just remember, start your day. Krishnaya Vasudevaya. Hey, Krishna, I'm doing everything for you. And at the end of the day, pray to him. Whatever I have accomplished today, whatever I have achieved today, I offer it at your lotus feet. Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu. Everything has gone to him. Like that, when we inculcate that habit, gradually what will happen, our mana buddhi, everything will get offered to whom? This Parampita Paramatma. This is the key to offering everything to him. Mayarpita mano buddhir bhame vaishasya samshayam. And by doing this continuously, what people do, again we are talking about what the process of leaving this body. In the process of leaving the body, Shri Krishna explains this process, how the intellectual ones who have completely attained mastery in focusing on Paramatma, how have they attained it? By the dhyana yoga. By contemplating on God, they are able to do this. How do they do it? Shri Krishna explains their process of leaving the body in next few shlokas. Abhyasa yoga yuktena chetasa nanyagabhina paramam purusham divyam yati parthan chintayan. Abhyasa yoga yuktena. One should keep practicing, focusing the mind on God. Once you keep focusing the mind on God, and chetasa na anyagamina. Our mind is like that. It will take us here and there, but keeping him in memory and not letting your mind move anywhere else. Na anyagamina. By this practice and dedication, what is not possible? Hmm, everything is possible. Now here also at Learngeeta, we are seeing, me few once last month we went to Kurukshetra, And so many Gita Vratis who must have imagined that people above the age of 60, 70 will learn entire Bhagavad Gita. How many of them must have imagined few years back that this can happen with us? Nobody. But by the grace of God, by Abhyasa Yogena, Abhyasa Yoga Yuktena, when you keep practicing, hmm, then everything is possible. Abhyasa Yoga Yuktena Chetasa Nanyagamina. No, not letting your mind get here and there, not letting it go anywhere. What we have to do? Anuchintayam. Anuchintayan means we have to do chintan, we have to contemplate upon whom Shri Krishna is explaining. One important aspect of this word, again, here also, the same thing as Anusmara. Anuchintayan. It is not Chintayan, Anuchintayan. So, it is not we who are remembering God alone. Before us, many others have done this Chintan. Hmm? You have to do the Anuchintan of whom Paramam Purushan Divyai. The Param Purush, the Param Brahma Tattva, who is what? Who is all divine. We have to do his Anuchintan. His Anuchintan we have to do means what? We have to follow in somebody's path of Chintan. Chintan means what? Meditating upon, following them. Hmm? Following them, meditating upon them, thinking about them, putting your thoughts in the God. How to do that Anuchintan? The Anuchintan means we are not the first one. We have to remember who has done the Chintan first, then our Acharyas. Bhagwan Acharya, Bhagwan Vedavyasji. He is Gurunam Guru, followed by him the Shankaracharya and all other saints. One by one, they all have done this Chintan. And what we have to do? We have to follow their paths. We have to see what Sant Gulab Rao Maharaj has done, what Gauranga Mahaprabhu has done, what Goswami Tulsidas Maharaj have done. Swami Suktas Ji, Ram Suktas Ji Maharaj, Tukaram Maharaj, Namdev Maharaj, Jnaneshwar Maharaj. So many saints have done and understand the scriptures like Bhagavad Gita. When we are able to do all this, this is the process of Anuchintan. Following this process and the following studying, abhyasa means studying, doing it over and over again and again. When we are doing this, then following this path of dedicated and uninterrupted devotion towards God, where will we all reach? Paramam Purushan Divyan. We will reach that Param Purush. And who is this Param Purush? Aksharam Brahma Paramam. The who is this Param Purush that Shri Krishna is referring to? The one he has explained in the previous shloka. Aksharam Brahma Paramam. When while doing this Anuchintan, while doing this Chintan, we are going to reach this Akshara Brahma Tattva. And what are the special qualities of this Purush? What are these qualities we are contemplating upon? Who will we reach? That Shri Krishna explains from the next shlok. So what he has done, first you have to do my Chintan. And you follow that Chintan. You will not know how to do that Chintans. Follow what your seniors have done. Follow what your Gurudev has told you. And then slowly you will understand me. And what will you understand me? That Sri Krishna explains in the next slok. We'll take these few shlokas in continuation. Stay tuned. We'll just see few shlokas. Kavim Purana Manusha Anuraniyam Samadusmaritya सर्वस्य धातारमचिन्त्यरूपम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसः परस्तात्. How is this? After doing the Anuchintan, after thinking about him, after applying my entire mind and intellect to this Parampita Paramatma, I have realized who is this Parampita Paramatma. What will our realization tell us? He is Kavi. Kavi in Sanskrit means Jnani, the knowledgeable one, who know everything. He is Kavi. He is Purana, means what? He is eternal. You think about the most ancient name you can think about, he is more ancient than the ancient most name you can think about. He is Purana. Anushasitaram, he is ancient, but he is the controller of everything. Anushasitaram. Anushasitaram means he is the master of this entire Chara Achara Srishti. He's the master of everything. He's this all dynamic and mutable universe that you see around him. He is the ruler of it. He is the one who administers everything. And how big is he? Somebody who is ruling the entire universe. He must be very, very big, very, very magnanimous. No. Anoho Aniyams means what? He is extremely small, smaller than the Anu. That is the atom. He is extremely small. Anoho Aniyam means smaller than the Anu. He's extremely small, and as vast as your imagination go, he's minuter than the atom also. At the same time, Sarvasya Dhata Ramachintya Rupam. Sarvasya Dhataram, he's so small, so subtle, but yet he is holding everything together. He holds the entire universe within him. How the sun is holding the earth. With the sun is everything, the Sarvasya Dhataram, the power by which the sun, the earth, the entire solar system is being held together. That power is derived from this Brahma Tattva, Sarvasya Dhataram. When you are thinking about this Sarvasya Dhataram, don't just think only about your body, your family, your house, no, the entire universe, not just in your solar system, the Milky Way, the galaxies, all the galaxies together, entire universe, as vast as your imagination can go. Multiple universes have been held together by this Anoho Aniyam, this subtle divine element. And that is why it is difficult to imagine all this, no? It is difficult to imagine, no? Anoho Aniyam, so small, yet holding multiple universes together. This is very difficult to imagine. That is why Achintya, Achintya Rupam, you cannot think about him. There is a limitation of our thought. There is a limitation of our thought that will come here. He is Achintya. Aditya Varnan Tamasah Parastat. As the vastness, the comprehensiveness of God has been expressed in terms of the sky, the radiance, the brilliance, the knowledgeableness of this divine element is expressed in terms of the sun. He is as bright as the sun, Aditya Varnan. He is as bright as the sun because our imagination can go only till the sun. Beyond that, we cannot imagine. But Laklak Chamakne Wala, that brilliance, that illuminescence of the sun is present in this divine. All these things that we are using, no, this sun, the sky, and this solar system, all these are what? These are just a small thinking aids. These are actually just small examples which are, just helping you imagine. But actually, sun is illuminated by God Himself. The power for illumination for the sun is also coming from whom? It is coming from God Himself. He is beyond it. प्रयाण काले मनसा चलेन भक्त्या युक्तो योगबलेन चैव भ्रुवोर्मध्ये प्राणमावेश्य सम्यक् satam param purushamupaithi divyam. At the time of that, what do these intelligent people, the Vidu, listen, we cannot remove our focus. What we were thinking about, those whose intellect is focused, those whose mind is focused, they understand by the means of their studies and by the means of their anuchintan, they understand that God is this power. And what do? At the end of their lifetime, at the prayana kale, what do? Manasa achalena. By the means of they control their mind. How? They make their mind totally unshakable, steady, quietened, stable mind. What they do? What do they do? Bhaktya yukto. Full their mind is full with what? Bhaktya yukto. With full of bhakti, full of devotion. And what? Yoga balena. Yoga, the power of yoga will help you affix your prana, your breath. Okay, where? Bhruvor madhya, between the two eyebrows. It is very difficult to do this, control this prana. To be able to do this, what we are teaching our people, what does yoga teaches? Pranayam. What is this pranayam? Controlling your breath, controlling your pran, controlling that life-giving element so that you can control where it is going. It's a very deep science. So what Shri Krishna is telling here, that life breath is held between the eyebrows. What is there between the eyebrows? There is the Agya Chakra. Bhruvor Madhye, between the two eyebrows, the Agya Chakra is there. The hell hold the pran over there. Satam param purushamupaiti divyam. What does he do? He tries to reach that supreme Purush Tattva, the Brahma Tattva. He is trying to attain that supreme divine goal. And to attain that goal, what do they do? Now the pran is held between the eyebrows. The entire energy is concentrated there at the Agya Chakra. And there, what do they utter? Yadaksharam veda vido vadanti vishanti yatyatayo vitaragaha यदिच्छन्तो ब्रह्मचर्ये चरन्ति तत्ते पदं सङ्ग्रहेण प्रवक्ष्ये यत यत् वेदविदः अक्षरं वदन्ति. What is that Vedavida Aksharam Vadanti? It is that one that is called as Akshara, who is the knower of Vedas. It is a form of the imperishable, the sweet raga people. Now, all this process that has been told, this is possible for whom? The one who understand this Akshara person, this Akshara Purush Tattva, the ones who understand. And Vitaraga Yatayaha Vishanti. Vitaraga means who? Those who are free from all the attachments. The person who has given up all the desires, who is only focused upon whom? That Parampita Paramatma. This is possible for whom? Yatayaha. Yatayaha refers to whom? Those who are trying to achieve that goal, trying to achieve that particular goal. Such a yataya, such a person who has given up all these desires, who have made a sincere attempt, a severe sincere attempt to control their self. Such a person is yati. And because the plural form is used here, it becomes yatayaha. They are free from attachment, and the worldly subjects. They have outgrown all their desires, and such a person, they who enter whom? They enter the imperishable. Yatyatayo yatayaho vishanti. They will enter whom? That they will enter that brahmacharya. Yat ichchantah brahmacharyai charanti. Those who are desirable, who are desiring this imperishable Brahma Tattva, they are who? The brahmacharis. What is this brahmacharya? We all feel that, just following the rules of physical restrictions is brahmacharya. No, brahmachari means what? The one who is connected to Brahma by his achar, by his behavior. Connected to Brahma Tattva by his behavior means what? Who is doing the, following all the rules of puja, part, who is studying the Vedas, who is always by the actions, or by his actions, by his studies, he is connected to whom? The Brahma Tattva. Such a person is the brahmachari. It's not a very small, that this Brahma word comes from the word bra. We will not go into the details of it, but that brahmacharya, it comes to this word brahmachari. It is a very deep word. It means a person who has got this entire behavior such that he remains, through his behavior, remains connected to that Brahma Tattva. So person who is desirous of achieving that, yat ichchantah that they will follow what? They will follow the brahmacharya charanti. They follow the brahmacharya. And because of all this, following the brahmacharya, following, understanding the Vedas, and understanding the, freeing themselves from all these desires, doing their continuous practice, what do they achieve? Tatte padam sangrehed pravakshye. That goal that they are achieving, that Shri Krishna is describing in brief. He explains how they are pravakshe, how Shri Krishna is explaining that tatte padam sangrahena pravakshe. That goal I will describe for you in brief, and explains the means to attain that Paramatma, attain that process. What is being attained by those yatis, by those brahmacharis at the time of leaving this physical body? How do they leave the physical body? Sarvatvarani sanyamya manohrithi nirudhya cha मूर्ध्न्याधायात्मनः प्राणं भास्तितो योगधारणा. Sarvadvarani Sanyamya. What is our body? Our body is a nagari of Navadvara. Navadvare. Which is me. It has 9 doors. It has 9 openings. All the doors are closed, are controlled. Sanyamya. And Mano Riddhi Nirudhyacha. Controlling what? Controlling the mind, having a complete control over the human physical body, and confining the mind in the heart. Murdhnya dhayat manaf pranam. Now, in the previous 2 shlokas, where was the prana held? In between the eyebrows. Now, this pran is held where? Murdhni adhaya. That life breath which were held between the eyebrows is now held in the head, in the near the head, and engaged in the practice of meditation, in that meditative pose. By the power of that meditation, what they are doing, they, and by uttering a very powerful mantra, see how they give the pran. Om ityekaksharam brahma vyaharan mamanasmaran यः प्रयाति त्यजन्देहं सयाति परमां गतिम्. What has happened? A brahmachari, a student or a person who is a brahmachari or a yati, who is studying the Vedas, who has followed this brahmacharya for this entire lifetime, has held their pran first in Bhruvor Madhye, and then again focusing entirely upon this Parampita Paramatma, they push the pran where? Towards their head. And in this 13th shlok, Sri Krishna says, they utter the word what? Om. Om iti ekaksharam Brahma. He says that this ekakshara Brahma, we know, we have seen what is this Brahma Tattva. Brahma Tattva is that supreme energy. And if it has to condense in one word, what is that word? That word is Om. Om is not just sound, it is much beyond that. One entire Upanishad is dedicated to this Om, this Mandukya Upanishad. You can study that for more details. What Shri Krishna says here, this Om is that one Nath which is going to help you dissolve into this Brahma Tattva. Vyaharan Mam Anusmaran. Vyaharan. From Vyaharan means in the mind they are chanting this Om and just remembering me. Ma Manusmaran. They utter this word Om and they leave their prana. How do they leave their prana? Yav prayati tyajan deham. They discard their body and sayati paramangatim. They come and enter me. They enter me. How is this process? Sant Jnaneshwar Maharaj beautifully says this. When if you go to a temple and there are these divine temple bells which are ringing. Once you ring that bell, and slowly that sound will dissolve into the space around it. Where it has dissolved, we don't know. We are just mesmerized, and that sound gets dissolved. Similarly, this yogi, just by remembering Parampita Paramatma and by the sound of Om, they completely dissolve into that Paramatma. They leave this body and enter home that Paramatma, and they completely get dissolved. Sayati Paramangatim, they enter me. And for such a devotee, Shri Krishna says that I myself will come and pick them. That is how their unition should be. So what we should do every day, each sadhak should spend some time contemplating upon Bhagwan. Spend some time in good karma, because where has this all started from? In the 7th chapter, Shri Krishna has revealed Punya Karmana, Sukrutino. So everybody who does good deeds will ultimately be able to reach there. But even the slightest good deed are not going to get wasted. Remember that. And bring meaning to this life. Now you will say, we will do all this. But whatever process of leaving and entering God, you have told it is very, very difficult. Are 2 minutes, we cannot do the jap also. You tell us to do jap for 5-10 minutes. It is not possible for us to do that jap. And you are saying, do this dhyana and say, Om and get entered. So difficult. What will happen to us? We are not able to do this. But whole lifetime I can do Rama Rama Vittal Bhagwan Vittal 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 we can do. But this much dhyan, this is not possible for us. What will happen to me? It is a very relevant question which Sri Krishna explains very beautifully from the next slok, which we will see in the next session. So with that, I'm extremely sorry about the delay in the session, but I wanted to take this topic in continuation. I offer this entire discussion at the lotus feet of Param Pujya Gurudev and Shri Krishna, with whose blessings we get to go through these beautiful concepts. Whether we are able to achieve this or not is a different matter, but we are able to listen to this great knowledge that in itself is the greatest the blessing that we could have had. Let us all together bow down to Param Puja Gurudev and Shri Krishna himself. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you so much for the patient listening. I'm seeing the attendance also didn't go down, so I also thought of completing this much syllabus in continuation. Thank you so much, everybody. Jai Shri Krishna.
Didi, I don't think anyone even got the thought of leaving this session. They were so mesmerized, and I was seeing the expression of quite a few sadhaks here as well as on YouTube. So, yeah, Didi, thank you so much for that enlightening vivechan. Concept we spoke about today was not simple. Brahman is not simple, but through your guidance, the meaning of Brahman, karma, constant remembrance of the Paramatma became so clear. And most importantly, Didi, thank you for helping us reflect deeply and realign towards a steady and deep devotion, which we find so difficult. And sadhaks, happy to share that the 47th batch of level 1 sadhaks or the classes will begin on the 8th of May. If Geeta Pariwar has brought clarity and transformation, which in your life, which it clearly has, if you have been here for 1.5 years mesmerized by this session, do invite your friends and family across the globe to join on joingeeta.com. We now request sadhaks to please raise their hands and if possible, switch on their video cameras to ask questions to Shraddha Didiji. And those who are watching on YouTube to switch on their Zoom link to have their doubts clarified. You can raise your hand and unmute yourself to ask questions. No questions today?
Really, yes, yes.
Looks like, Didi, they are still recovering from the intense thinking, Didi. It's difficult concept. Yes, Yash Bhaiya.
Didi,
Others, yes.
I cannot put my any question, but I am here to I want to say one thing, that I wish to congratulate respected Didi, you and the entire team for the so nice vivechan. I thank respected Didi from the core of my heart and all of you. So that's why
Thank
I
you.
raised my hand. That's why.
Thank you, Yash Bhaiya. All this gratitude is offered at the charan of Param Puja Gurudev. Without him, neither me
Yes, yes,
nor
yes,
we all could
yes,
have
yes,
been here.
yes, 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 yes,
All the gratitude at his feet. Thank you so
yes,
much,
yes.
Bhaiya.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you for listening to the session with so much concentration. So seeing him, he's beautiful. It is because of the sadhaks like, who were with their video on. When I see them, the sadhaks, the audience brings out the expression. So thank you for the patient, beautiful listening. Ji. Adarsh Bhaiya, Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Didi. As nobody is asking a question, so I had a question which is not related to this session. what is happening is that there are a lot of atheists who are increasing all over the world. People who don't believe in the concept of God. So my question is that if somebody looks into Gita with that perspective, is there something that he can get out of it?
There is a lot that we can get out of it, because Bhagavad Gita is not only about devotion, it is also about karma. It is also about jnana. See, what will happen ultimately when people start doing their karma and then they will start getting the knowledge, ultimately they are going to fall for Shri Krishna. That is going to happen for sure. But there is so much in Bhagavad Gita, there is so much about life management. The entire thing about how your food should be, how your vani, how your speech should be, how your thought process should be, how should be your attitude towards your own work. That is also explained in Bhagavad Gita. This Bhagavad Gita is not just about Sri Krishna or about any Hinduism or any religion. It is the way of life. It is a way of life which is going to keep you very sorted. What is the main purpose of this Śrīmad Bhagavad Gita? What is the main thing that Gita is achieving? Is it is helping you achieve yoga in different forms. Karma yoga, dhyana yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, all this has this yoga common. And what is this yoga? Yoga is the act of balance. Samatvai yoga uchyate. There are three prime definitions of yoga that come in Bhagavad Gita. None of them talk about devotion. They all talk about balance. Then there is a very beautiful definition that comes, I think, in the second chapter. Tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyoga yoga sanjitam. What does that mean? That this yoga is something that shields you from the sad and happy experiences of life. It is like putting a glove on your mind. No matter what is happening, my mind remains safe. It does not get dirty by the experiences that I get. That is the beauty of yoga. That is what we are achieving by the means of Bhagavad Gita. Devotion is something that will automatically happen when somebody tries to understand themselves and their life. Once they understand, they will start appreciating the life, and ultimately they have automatically come to appreciate the creator of this life. We don't have to worry about the atheism in this world. We have to ensure that the discipline is there. That discipline in human life will come through Bhagavad Gita. And once that Anushasan comes, we will start respecting the Anushasitaram automatically.
Right, Didi. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna. Adarsh Bhaiya, Sushil Sinha Bhaiya, Pranam. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna Didi. I also have one question in my mind since I started learning Gita. That Lord Krishna was very much aware of that other than Pandava all will die in this war, then why he has an army? I always get doubt about this question. If you kindly throw some
Yes,
light on this.
see, all these questions come to us because we look at life from a very, very small perspective. We are not saying that if this army was not given, see, Krishna, sorry, I have a bad throat, and because of which I'm not even able to talk loudly.
Okay, no problem.
No,
I'm getting it.
so the thing is that both Duryodhan and Arjun have come as Yachak to, both Duryodhan and Arjun have come as Yachak to Shri Krishna. Whatever they are asking, Shri Krishna is bound to give. It is his dharma. He has to give. Now, what the in the eyes of the world at that moment, Shri Krishna is not Parampita Paramatma. We know him as Parampita Paramatma after he told Bhagavad Gita and he declared his Vishwaroop, and then we are now believing. Tab thodi pata tha. Now if he would not have given, then you would have come and asked why he didn't give. It was his duty to give or not. In the Manusharoop, he has fulfilled his duties as a human being. When he is the Nanda, and he's living with Nanda Baba, he has done the job of a shepherd. When he became, he had to take care of the king. He has been the king. He has not officially the king, but he has established a beautiful kingdom called Dwaraka. He has
Yeah.
not taken up any role, but wherever he was, he has fulfilled his duties and kept an ideal example of Karma Yoga in front of us. He is the biggest Karma Yogi. If he would have not done in his human form, if he would have skipped any of the duties that he has done, we would have said, Are Krishna ne nahi kiya, why should we do? Now we have no option left. Even though he was the son of the Nanda. Nanda is not just the name of that person. He's somebody who owns more than 1,000 cows. Then they earn the title of Nanda, like a sarpanch or a minister, or that we earn. Like that, Nanda is a title. He has
Okay.
earned that title. He is a son of that. There, he didn't think, why should I go with these normal shepherds and people take care of the cows? No, I am the God. I will not do. He never thought of that. Now, what is my role? Now I am a human being and I will behave as one. We also should understand we all are human beings and we have to behave as one. There we should not become Are Nirguna Paramatma Tattva ke अंश है हम, and why should I do my duties? That doubt should not come to us, and that is the reason he has done what he has done. That is the reason he gave his army. That is the reason he agreed to become the a charioteer for Arjun, and that is the reason he has fulfilled all his duties. So he sets the right example in front of us. Yatyadacharati shrestha tattadeve taro jana. He knows that, and that is why he has done his duties. Got it? It is to
Okay.
set the right example in front of us. कल को हम लोग भी बोल देंगे कि अरे भाई ने अपनी आर्मी मांगी तो देना नहीं, कृष्ण ने नहीं दी थी, हम भी नहीं देंगे, हम भी हेल्प नहीं करेंगे. That thing should not come to anybody, and that is why he has set the right example.
Okay.
Understood?
Thank you. Thank you, Devi.
Thank you, Bhaiya. That's a very beautiful and very nice question. Thank you so much, Sushil Bhaiya.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Bhaiya.
Okay.
Jai Shri Krishna. I need some help to understand Adi Deva.
Adidai.
Adi Yajna, I am able to perceive. But if you can help me with Adi Deva.
Adidaiva. Adidaiva is like that unit of see. To understand Adidaiva, well, let me ask you one question. The similar thing I have explained in yesterday's session also. Adidaiva, if you ask me, if I ask you, where is the government of India? What will you say? Across India, everywhere, right? But their primarily their headquarters is in Delhi. But where is government of India? We cannot say anything, but the headquarter is in Delhi. Now, suppose my electricity current goes today, what will I do? It is the government's job to ensure that every house in the vicinity is going to have electricity in the house. Now, if I say it is the government's job to give me electricity and now just the current went. So, what will I do if I want that current back? Will I directly call the headquarters, Government of India, give me the electricity? No. I will do what? I will call the local electricity board. Why? Because the government has authorized the electricity board to ensure it has given the authority and it has given it the power to give electricity at my house. So these are government authorized units which are serving the society. Like that, there are these government authorized gods, these the Brahma Tattva is present in all Rama, Shama, Shiva, every other Brahmaji, everywhere. They are the specialized units of these Brahma Tattva who are giving us the power that our body needs to operate in day-to-day life. That is what is the Brahma Tattva has given them. So these are the authorized centers. Like, so if I want that my Vani should be there, ensuring that the plants are growing, the sun is responsibility. It is being given this life-giving element. You will be the life-giving element for the plants. Like that, Aditya Bhagwan is in my life. Varuna Dev, Indra Dev, Brahma Dev, all these gods derive their energy from that supreme Brahma Tattva. They all are equal. Nobody is less, nobody is more, but they all are what? They are the units of Brahma Tattva responsible for giving you that particular power. That is the Adhidaiva. All of them are one Adhidaiva. So my eyes are able to see Not just because of the structure, but because Surya Bhagwan has given them the power to see. The people who have any eyesight issues, they are advised to say the Surya Stuti. Those who have want to increase their Vani speech, the speech Agni Dev is the energy behind our speech. Hmm. Like that, we say Vidya. It comes from Saraswati Mata. It comes from Ganesh Bhagwan. All other deities are responsible for their domains. You can pray to them. Wealth will come from Lakshmi Mata. All of them are the authorized units of this Brahma Tattva who are going to give us these particular things. That is the Adhidaiva. Okay,
Thank
then
you.
one important thing is they are Adhidaiva, they are authorized stations. People who refuse to pray. One more corollary I would like to add to the question that Balakrishna Bhaiya has asked, that these is Adhidaiva. To get something from them, we should pray to them. That is right. There are some atheists, when what Adarsh Bhaiya was talking about, who don't believe in this puja part. By not following the practice of praying and worshipping all other gods, and considering them anything inferior is like not following the doctrine of that Parampita Paramatma. So if somebody says, "Arey Ram नाम में क्या लगा है, निर्गुण ब्रह्मा परमात्मा का वो ध्यान करो, ज्योति पे ध्यान." No, if you are skipping the worship, then you are skipping the doctrine of that Parampita Paramatma. That also we should remember. So मिलते टाइम तो हम पूजा कर लेते हैं, and when it is time to offer, we say, "Arey, we don't need to do this puja. We will just think about that Nirgun Paramatma." That is not enough, right? So both the ways you remember this. Very beautiful, thought-provoking question. Thank you, Bhaiya.
Wonderful answer, Didi.
Wonderful, wonderful,
Wonderful.
wonderful. Thank
So
you very
just
much.
Thank you.
जी, इंदर
Inder
पाल
ji.
भैया प्रणाम, जय श्री कृष्ण.
Jai Shri Krishna. I have one question. That is Adi Yagya, that is Paramatma ka Swarup, the Roop,
Hmm.
the Almighty God, that is a extreme one who run the universe.
Adhiyagya is within us, within us.
Yes,
Hmm.
and Adi Bhut is equal to the Prakriti, the
Prakriti. Hmm.
and Adi Dev is the Devs that is control my Indriyas. The
The Dev
Indriyas
who
means
control the Indriya.
who
Indriyas
control the
cannot control
Indriyas.
the Dev. It is the
Adi
other way.
Dev control the Indriyas.
Adhidaiva.
Adi Dev.
Hmm.
That is correct. What can I say?
Yes, yes, we can say that. They don't only control the Indriya. This is just an example I'm giving. They control everything else also. Okay, Indriya is a small part of what they control. Okay.
But sometime people will say that they go to astronauts, astrology. Astrology will say that something you have to wear some rings that have a pukhraj or the emerald and some of the sapphire, and that will be create
I
your.
got your question.
Eh?
Same question had come in yesterday's session also. Because yesterday's session was on the 7th chapter and today on the 8th chapter, because they are correlated also, probably the similarity in the QA session also. This astrology is in itself a big science. With due respect to all the astrological science, also understand how much Adhidaiva is relevant. When in the 18th chapter itself, Sri Krishna says, Adhishtanan tatha karta karanaincha prathak vidham. So, Adhishtanan tatha karta karanaincha prathak vidham vividhasya prathak cheshta daivain shaivatra panchamam. There are 5 important things which are responsible for any work to be accomplished. Adhishthana, our body, karta, karma, all that. Let's not get into the detail. Daivain shaivatra panchamam. Daiva is mentioned there also. So, it is what Adhidaiva is. Now here I told you it is a deity. And when we talk about the Daiva, only the Daiva, it is also a part of this luck factor that you are talking about, this astrology and all. What is that luck factor? How it comes into place? It comes as a result of our previous karma that is translated into our luck. So what
Yes.
basically Jyotish Shastra is talking about is luck. How does it come? It comes from our previous karma. It all comes, what stars I am born, all this is coming from the previous karma. How much factor is responsible for how much success rate is dependent on that daiva? 1/5. Rest of it is what? Adhisthana, our body, the way you keep our body. Tatha karta, the karta with the one, maya ahankar karta, karana, the instruments by which my capacity to see, my capacity to talk, karana incha prathak vidam vividhascha prathak cheshta daivain shaivatra panchamam. When we say all the other things, all these contribute to 80% of our success factor. That rest 20% is that daiva, which is our own karma that have translated in the form. Today, if Surya Bhagwan has not given me the right eyesight, मैंने कुछ तो ऐसे कर्म किए हैं to not get the good blessings from him. So, but that will form still a very small part of my success. That will form a small part of what our, because Shri Krishna himself says that the Daiva is the 1/5 part of what is happening, what is the outcome of all these things. If you put it together, 1/5 part is only dependent on that Daiva. Rest of it is in what is in your hands. To rectify that 1/5, we might get some nuskas,
Yajna.
might get something from that astrology and all that. It is a shastra which is definitely qualified, but you cannot be totally dependent on that. Always remember that, because it is a very small fraction. You cannot, it might make a little difference, some difference it might make. There are some sins which have been caused, which can be rectified by prayaschit, by a small prayaschit, by change of name, by doing small things. They can be rectified. Some part of it can be, but major karma that might have gone wrong, it will not be rectified by these small deeds.
But
वो नहीं होने वाले. Okay,
but
so what is the luck factor in our life, or the astrology factor that works in your life, will work only till the extent where it is possible, till the time your punya karma supports. Beyond that, it is not going to work.
But people will do that. Some of the pundits will tell that you have to do this type of puja and that type of puja. They can perform the puja and themselves, and they charge the money, and so that you can do it.
Their
Give the
karma
money,
is also getting
get
accumulated.
free. But this is not possible. That is not
That
possible. You
pandit
have to do
karma is
yourself.
also, that pandit's karma is also getting accumulated. And those who are cheating or earning by it, unka karma alag ho raha hai. But from our end, what is happening, we have done with a good intent. I gave that donation for the puja with a good intent. Shri Krishna, my account is going to be settled by my intent. Now what intent with which that pandit ji has done or somebody else has done, that accumulates as their karma. वो उनका कर्म बन जाता है. But while giving, I didn't keep a doubt on that fellow, and I did कि भगवान मैं ये आपको अर्पण कर रहा हूँ. My bhav is getting you know given to, offered to that भगवान. पैसे तो जाते हैं, but पैसे से ज्यादा important श्री कृष्ण, परम पिता परमात्मा is hungry for our bhav, our devotion, and not our money. Money तो उनका ही है. Money is his only. He doesn't need our money. What he needs, while doing that puja, what was my emotion? If while doing my puja I'm thinking, अरे जल्दी जल्दी हो जाएगा, ये तो अच्छा है, मेरे सर का टेंशन निकल जाएगा. भाव अंदर वही है. What the puja is being told, if I'm not listening to that, then that bhav is only going to return back. In the 9th
Right.
chapter, Shri Krishna tells, no, that I return the bhav with which you are praying to me. Same thing is going to happen. So ultimately, we have to focus on our devotion, on our keeping. Entire Shastra is about Chitta Shuddhi in the Bhaiya. It's all
Correct.
about, even when we are, doing this Vivechan, listening to Bhagavad Gita, ये सब किसी के लिए है, ये हमारे चित्त शुद्धि के लिए है. If I am taking care of my family, not with this thing that when I become old, my family has to take care of me. No, मैं कर रही हूँ because God has blessed me with this family. I have to take care of it because it is my responsibility entitled by Him on me. When you do it with that emotion, you will never go wrong with your responsibilities, and it becomes His duty to ensure that अच्छा इसने मेरी ये family का ध्यान अच्छे से रखा है. Then rest is Shri Krishna will decide what is best for us. He sees only our antarman. This entire act, everything is about chitta shuddhi.
Correct. Very nice thoughts. I really enjoy it, and
Thank you.
try
I
to
enjoyed
do
talking to you.
my activity in that way. That's good. Thank you very much.
Thank
Okay.
you, Vandar
Okay.
Bhaiya. Jai Shri Krishna to you. Suparna Didi. Suparna Tai. Jai Shri Krishna.
Didi, please unmute yourself. Yes.
I can't hear you.
You're not
No
audible,
voice.
Didi.
Now,
Yes,
am I
yes,
audible?
you're audible. Yes, you are.
Headphone issue. Okay.
My question is about birth and rebirth. So, when we talk about the various unis are there, and when we talk about the karmas, if we are in the human yoni, then if we are not properly doing all our works, and we sometimes say that we are going to the yoni which are very lower to the manushya yoni. But when we see the all that kundali and all that, so in that yoni, when I see all they are the means it is in yoni all the animal creatures are there. So are we all are animal or all were animals before now, and in the this janma we got the birth of this human being.
Very, very nice question. See, all yonis are, all other yonis except the Manushya yoni are bhoga yonis, where we just come to enjoy or suffer our own karma. This Manushya yoni a person will get when lot of good deeds have accumulated. Sometimes, for small duration, we might have come and done some good deeds, ended up doing some good deeds, and then we will get this Manushya yoni. Manushya yoni is the only yoni where you can actually earn punya or commit sins and get a different yoni for ourselves. All other yonis are bhoga yonis. And this, which birth is, which where we animals and all, definitely because Shri Krishna says in Bhagavadgītā, Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tava charjuna. We don't know how many births have passed. Now that we are seeing
No,
crores,
but in
thousands,
everybody's kundali we see that all they are from
everybody is living.
the animal
This is
yonis.
this recycling process of our has been for not just a few 100 years. It is for many kalpa. Just one small example I'll tell you. When Jnaneshwar Maharaj says that I'm getting to talk about this Bhagavad Gita, he says this Jnaneshwari is coming out of my mouth after doing the Satyavadache Tapo Kele Kiti Tari Kalpa. Means what? For many Kalpa. What is this Kalpa? One Kali Yuga is 4.5 lakh years. 4.5 lakh years. Double Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga, double of that Satyug, total span of around 49 to 50 lakh years approximately is one Chatur Yugi. Our life is what? Few 80, 90 years, बहुत हो गया 120 years. Now you see how many births can go in that 50 years span. That is one Chatur Yugi. 1000 such Chatur Yugi. See this same calculation we are going to see next session also. So I will not go into the depth of it. So many crores of years have passed. So many births have passed. Uncountable. अरे एक बार के हमारे सर के बाल गिन लेंगे, but we will not be able to count the number of janmas we have undergone. And when Maharaj says, Jnaneshwar Maharaj says that I have done this stuff for many kalpa, then got this opportunity to talk on Bhagavad Gita. वो तो सत्यवादाचे तप he is an incarnation of Bhagwan Vishnu, and he is saying this. हमारी तो क्या गणना है. We must have undergone so many. And that is why the need of 84 lakh yonis, right? So everybody has gone through those processes. It is unimaginable because our intellect is restricted to this human birth. That is the reason we cannot go beyond this. But each one of us has gone through this process uncountable, unimaginable number of times. That is how the process has been for each one of us. And it is not just me who is saying it, it is Sri Krishna who has said it to Arjun. So it obviously applies to all of us. He doesn't give a number. He says, Bahuni me vyatitani, unke utne hoye, janmani tavacharjana. So he has only told that so many births have gone. Okay, that we will not remember and he remembers. That is the difference between his Janma and our Janma. We cannot remember, and in our best interest, we should not even try to remember. Because if we remember, this child who is born to me was some enemy, and I am now supposed to take care of him because as a settlement pay, how it's going to be so difficult to love our own child. So, in our best interest, Shri Krishna has wiped away all the smriti and given us a fresh opportunity to do good karma in this human birth. We should focus on doing that good karma in this human birth so that we can come back to this yoni again and again. Got it? You are again mute,
Yes.
but
Yes.
she's mute. She was trying to say something.
No, she is saying something. Please unmute yourself, Didi, Suparna Didi. Yes.
No, my question was that means the Kundali is not of our previous birth.
No. No, I don't know about the Kundali part. Kundali previous birth ka hoga, uske previous hoga. It could be anything. That depends on the Kundali maker. No, I only know Bhagavad-gītā.
Okay. Okay,
And that
thank
is
you,
the
Didi.
because Kundali बना भी नहीं सकते हैं. To be very honest, to a
Yeah.
certain extent, beyond that, we cannot go to so many births. No, Didi, ultimately, कितना जाएंगे
Yeah.
पीछे? No matter how much science and how much you use, few births. अरे, this is too deep to go inside, right?
Okay, should we rely then on Kundali or not?
We should, to wherever required, we should, but our lives should not be driven by them. That's
Okay.
exactly what I told Inder Bhaiya also. Our lives
Yes,
should
yes.
not be driven by these things. They matter to a small percentage. It is a big Shastra. I bow down to that Shastra, but karma is our biggest thing in our hand. What happens? हम हमारे हाथ में जो है उसकी तरफ ध्यान नहीं देते, and then we start focusing on things which are beyond our control. What is this Kundali? What is all this? This is things which have happened in the past. I cannot change it. It is beyond
No,
my
actually, all astrologers say that no, ki the yoni is your previous birth. So everybody was in the animal yoni as per
Could
to
be.
this Kundali. That is why I'm asking this question.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Okay, yes. Thank you,
Aparna ji.
Didi.
How does it matter? But no problem. Don't worry about it. Ji. Aparna Dai, Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna Didi. Didi, what is the difference between love and attachment? How do I know that I just love my family, but I don't have that attachment? How do I know that?
Love and attachment. There, I will tell you one small story, and then that should help you. Once
Ji.
one pigeon, he saw that his birds, there's his saw chote chote bache of that pigeon, they are stuck in the net of one bird catcher. So now there is no way to save them. So he tried initially, he tried and he tried to save, came back, he was not able to save. The mother got very uneasy, and she also went to go and try and save. Now what happened, they all tried to save each other, they could not, and that bird catcher, he came. Now this male pigeon, he felt, oh, my children are dying and my wife is also dying. What is the use of me? I will also go and die. And he also went in that net. That is attachment, where you forget about your own karma, your own duties in the love for your family. when we tend to forget everything. That is attachment, where we tend to forget what am I expected to do. Ideally, if there is nothing that can be done, I also give up my life. Some doctor, some father who is a doctor, he is curing so many patients, but one day in that emergency room, he sees his own child and why heart attack aake gaye. So there, what has happened? He could not fulfill his duties. Ideally, he is fulfilling, he's saving so many patients, but the moment they see their own child, he's losing his own control and not able to fulfill his duty. That is attachment. Anything that pulls you away from your own responsibilities, which blinds you from your duties, the love, the so-called love, which takes you away from your own duties, becomes attachment. Love is when we together, let us follow the path of what we are set for. Let us, when together we encourage each others, and for the bigger benefit of my own children and my own family, I take them on the right path. That much is love. Making them good citizens, making them responsible, ensuring that I fulfill my responsibilities towards them without expecting anything in return, and fulfilling my duties. That is my love towards my family. But if due to the love, ideally, how I should be a mother to my own children, I should also be a mother to any other child also. Any other child. What nowadays, they'll do, my child, if they do, that is right. If other person's child does the same thing, then that Raudra Roop will come out. And then that is wrong. So attachment is something which will take you away from fulfilling your own responsibilities. So, one small
Thank you,
example.
Didi. Thank you, Didi, so much.
Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna. Pranam.
Didi, I think no further questions, so we are moving towards part Purnavati. You, Didi. And again, thank you, Didi, for that very profound vivechan and a wonderful Q&A session. Absolutely wonderful questions and great answers, Didi. And we are eagerly waiting for next week's vivechan session. And on behalf of Geeta Pariwar, I take this opportunity to thank each one of you for attending the session today and remaining so engaged with it, and look forward to having you back next weekend for the second part of the session. As Didi said, that Bhagwan will give further information there. And sincere thanks to our technical support and the backend team for the relentless effort in making this session such a success. With humility in our heart and hands folded in reverence, we bow in gratitude to Bhagwan for the wisdom and the innumerable blessings that he continues to bestow on us despite all the wrong that we sometimes end up doing. For this, I respectfully invite P. Rajendra Prasad ji from Vishakhapatnam, but currently residing in Hyderabad. Having retired as an Assistant General Manager of State Bank of India, he joined Geeta Pariwar in May 2025 and offers his dedicated seva as a core trainer and a technical assistant. Bhaiya, humbly request you to please lead us in offering our prayers at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. Jai Shri Krishna.
योगेशं सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेवं व्रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं जय श्री कृष्ण धन्यवाद
Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you so much, Bhaiya, for bringing the curtains on the session with such a wonderful renderance of the prayer. And sadhaks, let us carry forward the reflection, what we heard today through the weekday classes, and come together again next weekend for the wisdom of the chapter to unfold further. We will now bring today's session to a close by collectively chanting the Hanuman Chalisa, each from our own space. Jai Shri Krishna.
श्री गुरु
चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारी बरन रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा गानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र औ ध्वजा विराजय कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजय शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिंहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर पल जानु प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होतन आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपै तीनों लोक हाकते कापै भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै महावीर जब नाम सुनावै नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै चारों जुग प्रताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नो निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा जो सुमिरई हनुमत बल बीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर गोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़ हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जयनाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन